This section is on solving equations where there are variables on both sides of the equal sign. Now the goal is to get the variable by itself. And the phrase that we use to remember how to solve these types of problems is letters left, numbers right. And that's to remind you that you're moving the letters to the left side of the equal sign and the numbers to the right. So we're going to start you out with this example, 6x equals 4x plus 6. So the first thing you want to do is move the 4x over to the side with the 6x. So we're going to start by doing the opposite. It's a positive 4x, so we're going to subtract it over. So you write one under the 4x and one under the 6x. Draw a line underneath. And you cancel out the 4x, and you're left with 6 on the right-hand side. Then the 6x minus the 4x leaves you with 2x on the left-hand side. Okay, the next thing we have to do is get the x totally by itself, and to do that we have to divide the 2 over to the other side. So this is dividing by 2, dividing by 2. The 2's cancel out and leaves you with x equals 6 divided by 2, which is 3. Okay, you want to check your work just to make sure that you did it right. So we're going to plug in 3 to the original equation wherever there was an x. So we got 6 times 3 equals 4 times 3 plus 6. Now you're going to use order of operations. So we're going to do 6 times 3 is 18, 4 times 3 is 12, plus the 6. And since 12 plus 6 equals 18, we know that we got the problem correct, and 3 is the answer. Let's try another example. This one is 8 minus x equals x plus 3. So the first thing we're going to do is move the positive x on the right-hand side over to the other x, and we're going to do that by subtracting. I'm sorry, that was a 36. So subtract x from both sides of the equation. The x's on the right are going to cancel and leave you with just a 36. Go ahead and put your equal sign straight down. In front of both of those x's, since there's no number, it's a 1. So go ahead and fill in your 1's right there. Okay? Now, since they're both negative, we know our answer is going to be negative from this part. And negative 1 minus negative 1 leaves us with negative 2. And go ahead and fill in your 8 in front of it. Now we have just a regular two-step equation. The first thing you want to do for a two-step equation is move the addition or subtraction. So that's going to be our 8. We're going to subtract the 8 over and write it under the 36. Okay, the 2 8's cancel out on the left side and give us negative 2x equals 36 minus 8, which is 28. Now we're going to divide the negative 2 over to the other side to get the x by itself. And that leaves us with x equals negative 14. Because when you have a positive and negative being divided, it's going to give you a negative number, and then you just do 28 divided by 2 is 14. This last example is a little bit harder than the other two because we can't follow the exact rules because of the fraction that's in there. Kind of throws us off a bit. So the first thing we're going to do in this one is move the 12 over to the right-hand side. Okay, so watch. You're going to add the 12 because we have to get rid of that before we can multiply by the 2 that's in the denominator. Okay, so now we have x over 2 equals negative 3 plus 12 is going to leave you with 9, and the x did not change. The next thing we have to do is to get rid of the fraction by multiplying, because fractions are division. So the opposite would be to multiply the 2 over to the other side. It cancels out on the left, and we're multiplying the entire right-hand side by 2. So you're going to distribute the 2 to both the x and the 9. We're left with just x on the left-hand side, and 9 times 2 gives you 18, plus 2 times x leaves you with 2x. Okay, from here, we're going to do what we were doing in the other problems. We're going to move the 2x over to the side with the x. So subtract your 2x from the right-hand side and move it over under the plain x on the left. Okay, again, there's a 1 in front of that x. So now you're going to do 1 minus 2, leaves you with negative 1x, equals the 18 on the other side, which didn't change. Okay, to get x by itself, we have to divide the negative 1 over. So write negative 1 under the x and the 18. And our final answer is x equals, a positive and a negative gives you a negative, and 18 divided by 1 is 18, so x equals negative 18. I hope this helped answer some of your questions. Good luck.